Welcome to this foam roller class. Today we are going to start with standing. We're going to bring the foam roller in front of us and just rest your hands on the foam roller and try to find the vertical line of your spine. Feel the feet underneath of your hips. Feel that hips underneath of your shoulders. And here we're going to step back. And you're going to release your tail back, come into that flat back, head is higher than your arms. And then here we are going to bend your knees and release your tail into the arch and open your chest. And again, sit bones reaching back into the flat back. And you're coming up into the arch. Chest is arching and your tail is arching. And flat back, straight legs, bend your knees and arch, and straight legs and flat back, bend your knees and arch. Release your sit bones back. Here we're going to round your back and we curl. And back to the flat back. And repeat that and curl. And flat back. Try to keep your legs straight, but of course you can soften your knees if you have to. And flat back. And curl. Into the flat back. Here we are combining those movements. We are going to arch. And you can adjust the foam roll. You can bring it a little bit closer if you want to. And we have the curl. Flat back, bend your knees and arch. Back into the curl. Release your tail and now arch. And curl to flat back to arch. We reverse that. We have the arch. And into the curl and coming up. And you can keep adjusting that foam roller. Sometimes when your hamstrings are open and your spine is more open, the back of your back, so that you can find more range of motion and arch than you have before. And curl and arch and curl. Now step, open up your legs wide. Keep pointing your toes forward. Bring the foam roller forward. And you're going just to shift your weight from one side. And back to standing. And shift your weight to the other side. And back to standing. And shift. And back to standing. And shift and bend as much as you can, and good. And also you are leaning forward now. You're releasing the sit bones back and straight up. One more. Releasing the sit bones back and straight. And now we continue with the circle. We go side, forward, side, and roll up. Again, side, forward, side, and you can curl and roll up to standing. And this time try to do it fluidly, shifting your weight from one side to the other side and out and circle and back. Change direction to the other side and up and side, forward, side, up, and side, forward, side, and up. Bring your legs underneath of yourself. And here we're going to try one challenging exercise. And if it's completely challenging for you, so don't be discouraged, keep working towards that. So basically, but before we do this exercise, let's warm up our feet a little bit more. So bring your foot on a foam roller and begin to roll the foam roller back and forth. And let your foot to expand, to widen. And let that ball of your foot and your toes curl over the foam roller. And same thing for the heel. So your heel is hugging the foam roller. The front of your foot is hugging and the back of your foot is hugging the foam roller. Just release the foot from foam roller and just compare two sides of your body. Do you feel how that side that you just rolled a little bit more grounded, a little bit more open in the hip, and then we change to the other leg. So rolling and hugging the foam roller with your foot, with your toes, and with your heels. Massaging, widening, make it more mobile. It will make you to create a nice arch of the foot, and then bring your foot back on the floor, and then just again compare to sides. So the exercise is very simple. We are going to try to stand on the foam roller. So we're going to bring the one foot on the foam roller, and we're going to step and try to find the balance. And if it's not happening from the first time, that's okay. Good, let's came down and let's try to do it again. So, and then it's just like a game. So if you stepped and you didn't get on the foam roller, that's okay. Oops. You begin to feel what do you need to use to get on the foam roller. And if it's completely impossible, you can always stand near the wall and touch the wall. Good, and then let's step back. Let's do it again. So nobody is perfect. Sometimes you need the time to be able to balance on the foam roller. So maybe a week, maybe two, just try it. To challenge yourself a little bit more, begin to lift your arms. And bring them back down. Let's do it one more time. Lift your arms out to the side. And bring them back down. Now bring your arms in front of your chest. And see if you can bend your knees a little bit. Oops, and fall down, that's okay. Let's try it again. So we're going to try to have that squat, whatever size squat you can. Coming back to standing. Go as down as you can. One more time. Good. And come out of that. Very good job. So that was a very challenging exercise. So we continue with the foam roller on the floor. I'm going to bring the foam roller underneath of your shoulder blades. So sometimes people bringing it too much high, so try to get it somewhere tips of the shoulder blades and a little bit below. So you can always adjust how you can get on the foam roller. You're going to clasp the hands with your elbows in a nice, comfortable position, so you don't have to keep your elbows open. And then just feel where your pelvis, and then begin to rock your weight towards your pubic bone. and towards your navel, towards your pubic bone, and towards the navel. So that looks like an arch and a curl of your pelvis. And your upper back is still, so you're not arching and curling your upper back, just your pelvis. Just give it a try. And then you go side to side. You feel in your feet helping you. And then you continue with the circle. So we go towards your pubic bone side, towards your navel, to the other side. So we have that pelvic circle, pelvic clock. And then change direction. If your arms getting tight, you can always rest your arms here on your chest or on the floor, that's okay. Good, and then bring your hands back behind you for the support. And we're going to find the arch and curl now on your upper back. So you keep your elbows relatively close to arch. And then to curl. Really deep in that curl by pushing the back against the foam roller. Again, an arch. And curl. Use your feet to help you to curl deeper. And it's so neutral. Inhale on that opening, inhale on the arch. And exhale into the curl. Inhale into the arch. And exhale into the curl. We continue with the circles. So we go side arch, curl, side arch, and arch. Change direction of the circle. Change again. And last one. And then curl. I'm going to do some deep abdominal work with a little bit of leg combination. So we're going to curl. We're going to extend one leg and keep this leg parallel and open your leg side. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bring back together, bend back and arch. Arch. And then deep curl, push your ribs against the foam roller and stretch your leg forward and keep it parallel and opposite side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring back together, bend your leg back and arch. We repeat it once more. We curl, stretch your leg and open. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bring back in and arch. Curl up, stretch and open. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together and arch over the foam roller. Curl again. Now 2 legs will stretch forward and you open them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your legs straight and arch. If your elbows feels like they want to open, please do so. And curl. And then again, open 2 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring them together. Keep them straight and arch. Arch. If your head is touching the floor, you lay your arms off the head and resting them on the floor. But if it's not, just keep your hands behind your head. Bring your hands back and roll up. And we are continue with doing some leg movements on the foam roller to open up your hips, to create more range in your hips. So we're going to go on your back. And we're going to bring the foam roller underneath of your sacrum. And it's very important to keep your lower back in a nice, relaxed placement. So you feel how your lower rib cage relax down like a hammock. If you always can adjust the foam roller. So if sometimes the foam roller is sliding, so you can bring it here, lifting your pelvis up and bring it a little bit where it's comfortable. So you don't want to be on your lower back. And if it's too much, you always can just use the folded bath towel. So we're going to bring one leg into the tabletop position, and then you push in this leg. Oh, no, not yet. Just push in this leg and bring it back to the tabletop. And again, you push. You're trying to extend your leg. And you're trying to open up the front of your hip. You are not extending your lower back, but at the same time, you are trying to bring your leg as much down as you can on the floor without your lower back compromise. Let's do one more time. Bring it back, and let's use the other leg. So bend, point your foot, flex and push. And then back and push. Check on your lower back. And we have a 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and change leg. The adding on, so you bring your leg up. We are going to extend the leg, and other leg comes to your chest. And then you're going to bring your leg back to the tabletop, and the other leg comes back down to the floor. So there you go, push, and back to the tabletop, and push, and to the tabletop, and push, and to the tabletop, and change legs. And other leg will push. The other leg comes to your chest, and then tabletop. Again, and push, then good. And you can explore, you can either point the foot that goes down or flex, it's up to you. And we have one more time. Try it with pointed and change legs. For the new exercise, we're going to bring your legs up somewhere that's comfortable for you, and we're going to start making small bicycles. This is the intention to open up the back of your knee. Notice your range of the bicycles can be very small. You don't have to go big. And it almost feels like my legs are opening into that V position, letter V. Yes. So the coordination of those two legs to arrive at the same time. And if it feels that you manage that, you can open up your legs as much big as it feels good for you. I always reminding that it's more important to use the down leg that goes down and wants to touch the floor, as opposed to bring the other leg towards your nose. Good, just try to touch the floor. Good, and we reversed it. Keep nice, slow temp. Again, adjust the size of your bicycles if the big range is not available yet to you. Good. And let's go forward again. We go 1 and 2. Touch the floor. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, and we reverse. It's like you're picking up something from the floor. And 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to bring your legs together and continue with dolphins. So the bend in the knees, and you can actually go a little bit into the plow position. So you can roll yourself on the foam roller, and straight legs come as much down as you can. Use your abdominals not to arch your back. Just here or a little bit down. Challenge yourself, but not so much. And we go. 30. Good. And 4. We reverse that. And straight legs up, and then bend legs down, and straight legs up, and then this legs go down, one more, and up, and all the way up. And now we're going to bend this leg, both legs again. So parallel legs, one leg is stretching out over the foam roller, and then you're rotating your leg and opening it to the side. And back parallel, and out, and parallel, and out, and parallel, and out, and we change legs, and out, parallel, and out. The other knee is still in parallel, and out, and parallel, and out, and change legs. Now both legs will rotate, and your thigh bones are even and parallel. Your thigh bones even for the straight leg and for the bend leg, and parallel, and open, and change leg. And we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Bring 2 legs up and roll up a little bit into your plow, and rotate your legs out and make a circle. And make a circle. And rolling on that foam roller. Opening the low back. Then change direction. Two. Third circle. And fourth. And bring your feet back down. We're going to stretch one leg and bend the other one. And you're going to rotate yourself while still on a foam roller, and use your arm and traction your knee all the way out. You traction your knee, you place your hand on your knee, so you are on one side. And then you continue by rolling back on your back and back on your side. So you are massaging the flesh of your glutes and what's underneath of the glutes. You're giving some weight to that foam roller. Good, you're bringing yourself back, you're crossing your leg over, and you're lifting the other leg from the foam roller. So push your hand into your knee to open up the knee, and then continue rolling yourself back and forth. Give yourself one more moment to do that. Good, as deep as you can, release. But then we're changing the leg. Adjust the foam roller if you need. And touch your knee, bring it as much in as you can. Try to keep the other leg really good extended. And rotate yourself on your side. Traction your thigh, make it long. And then rolling side to side. Massaging the glutes. Give it enough pressure so that you feel that something is releasing. Good. And then cross your leg over. Then push your knee away and continue rocking yourself as close to yourself as you can. And keep opening the knee out. So as you're rocking towards yourself, your knee is not collapsing on you. Good. Let's do it one more time. And then bringing your legs into the diamond. Touch anywhere. You can touch your calf, you can touch your ankle. So to open up one leg to the side, you can touch your heel and bring it back to diamond, and we alternate. Bringing your legs together, and again, pull your leg, bow your leg. It's like have a sense of bowing. And repeat again. That's a nice modification to stretch your legs if you cannot do it in seated. Sometimes in seated it can be very hard. And then let's have double legs. Good. And then back to the diamond. And double legs opening. Knees are opening. And back to diamond. One more. Very nice. So let's take our pelvis from the foam roller, and we will continue on the foam roller. Facing down. I'm going to bring the foam roller on around your pubic bone. Bend your knees and touch the floor with your knees. And here we're going to sink your back. And now push through your forearms and find a strong abdominal connection and support for your back. Again, drop. And now find the support. And drop. And support. And drop. And find a nice strong abdominal support, and then you extend the leg. Don't lift it yet, just extend. Bend your knee back and drop. We're alternating legs, and strong support and strong leg and drop. You feel how that strong abdominal support makes the extension of your legs long, and your leg feels like it floats on its own. And drop. Again, and extend and float your leg. And we're going to try that. This time we're going to keep our strong abdominal connection all the time as you're extending your leg and lifting it just to the standing body and bring it back. And change leg. And down. And change. And back down. And change and back down. We are going to find that leg lifted and then bend your knee and bring it back down. And alternate straight leg to bend leg and straight to bend. And you're using your forearms to remind you about that abdominal connection. And this is your bicycles. When you're facing down, I think it's the forward bicycle. And let's do it one more time, because we can reverse that too. We can bend the knee, extend the leg, and bend the leg, knee, extend, and extend. Keep going, and extend, and extend. And extend and rest. And you can drop yourself into your low back for a few seconds, for one moment, and go ahead, push again. And then here we're going to bend your knee into that nice bend, and we're going to pulsate your leg. One, don't drop your knee. So you go 1 and then go higher, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Stretch your leg, make it long before you place it down to the floor. And we change. Other leg goes and bend. Forearms pushing down and pulsating 1. Don't drop your leg. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. You can use your arms to help. 6 and 7 and 8. Extend the leg, make it long, and bring it down, down, down. And we're going to just bring yourself back in the foam roll. Just simple rolling back and forth a little bit to relax your lower back. Okay, so we continue on a foam roller, and there is a next amazing, nice exercise for your hips to open and your balance to be stronger. So if it's completely impossible for you to do that, you always can hold yourself closer to the wall. So I'll just show you the modification. So there's foam, your foot is in the foam roller right there, and your foot is in front of you. If you feel that your pelvis are doing something like that, you can always bring something underneath of your knee to lift yourself up a little bit. And you always can hold to something, yeah, to create that balance. So we are going to go as much down as you can. You can be here, that's fine. Good, and you can go maybe a little bit more. Find your comfortable place or challenged place. Good, it's not an easy movement here. Try not to pack your pelvis back. And you're going to add this side arch. And we go away from the leg. And back to standing. Good, and again, away from your leg. And back to standing. Keep it nice and fluid. Find a nice transition from the straight leg to the bend knee. Good, and then here we are going to do it. Let me adjust my foam roller. Good. Towards the leg. Good, and continue. We have 2 more, please. It's a very nice opening and strengthening at the same time. And last one. Good, and then let's change to the other leg. So find your foot in front of your pelvis. Try to drop that side down so that you have a nice level place of your pelvis. Give yourself time if you need to put something underneath of your knee. Find the wall or maybe the chair to hold and go to your range. Good, and again. So this is an amazing exercise from the jump stretch board. It's this machine that I'm next to. But as you see, also can do at home. Good, and you go into the side arch and away from your leg. Let's do it again. Very nice, you can do that. I think we have 2 more. And last one. And this time you go towards the leg. It's a good strengthening for adductors, especially on the way up. We have 2 more. And last one. Very nice. And let's do something for our upper body. So bring the foam roller in front of your knees. And then you can keep your legs slightly open. So if your hips are not still open, you don't want to just do something like that. You want to really drop your tail and push it forward. So your feet can be together and you have a nice sense of your sacrum is pushed forward. Good, and then open your arms to the side, round your back. Bring your fingertips on the foam roller. And you rotate your palms. And you're going to go into the arch. And you curl, 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 open your arms. And dive. Move the foam roller forward and open up your palms arch. Rotate your palms back in and curl. And up and over into the curl. That goes into the arch. And back to the curl. And down to the arch. Now keep that arch and lift yourself up. Circle your arms again. And curl. And into the arch. Push your pelvis forward. And curl. And into the arch. Keep the arch as you're coming up, up, up. And curl. And arch, arch, arch. Keep the arch. Rotate your palms and go as much forward and down as you can. Keep curling and coming, not all the way up, but into that nice curl. Your fingertips can touch the foam roller, your head between your elbows. And again, challenge yourself. See how much forward and down you can go. And curl. Back. If the rotation of your palms is uncomfortable for you, just do the palms facing down all the way. And curl. Or try it with rotation. Good. I hope your upper body feels good. And for the next one, we continue with the hips. And we continue with the foot on the foam roller. So same idea. You don't want your hips coming up like so. Yep. So try to bring something underneath of your knee. Good. Hands behind your head. If you need to hold something, please do so. Oh, and then here we go. I forgot one important modification. I wanted to bring something underneath of my knee. that will be more comfortable for me to go into that stretch. And back. That's a good one also for the balance, that you find the standing leg is really strong. And going back. Good. And it's very interesting how to find the transition from going to the straight leg and then coming back. And that's the transition of bringing your knee bend very hard. And do one more on this leg. And also go as much down as you can bring yourself back. And then let's change leg. Sometimes you have the range of motion, sometimes you have all the stretch possible, but you don't have a strength to get out of that. So that's why we're talking about the dynamic stretch. So check your pelvis from here to here, grow on that thigh bone, bring your hands behind you, and we go. Try to keep your pelvis square. Moving towards your screens. And back. Keep that head and your tailbone aligned. Let's do one more time. Here we go. Good. And it's a good time right now to remind our hips about a little bit of more opening here. So go back on your forearms and then bring the foam roll around your knees. And you can roll yourself back and forth. And a few more, please. And you find a spot that's particularly painful for you. And then stay at that spot and just begin to move like a fish, side to side, sharing. Good. And then continue moving yourself back and still be like a fish. And back to that spot and all the way forward. And back to the back. And all the way forward, back to the knees. Very nice. Come out of that. We continue by hugging up the foam roller. If that position is hard for you, you can always do the foam roller or fold the towel on a chair, or you can bring another foam roller, or you can bring in a few pillows here so that you sit a little bit up higher. And here we are going to find that rolling to the point when your knee wants to get off the floor. Very nice. Giving yourself that nice side arching. Releasing and opening your waist, the sides of your neck. And this time you can roll on one side, bring your arm above. Good, and roll. And to the other side. Stay there on that side and then rotate yourself like as if you want to touch your knee. And if you can't touch your knee, and lean back like you're leaning into the hammock. Open your arm back to the side arch and bring yourself back. And then to the other side. rotate. So you have a nice curl and rotation. Touch your knee and lean back away from your leg, off your shin bone. Find that arm above your head and bring yourself back. And we continue one more on each side. Nice side arch, nice opening. Rotating, opening your low back, leaning back. You can use your own arm and pull back. Big opening up here, one more time. Curling back. Good. And then just finish to give you more ideas of what you can do for your hips on a foam roller. We're going to find a place above that bone, so that's area of that flesh, a gluteal area. And you're going to stretch this leg. And the other leg can be behind. And you can be on your elbow, or you can be on your hand. Whatever makes sense to you, you can be here. So, and then you can roll yourself. Like you want to roll on your back. And then all the way forward to the floor. And then try to adjust this yourself on the foam roller so that you can find the spot. Finding the spot. Especially in that place when you're moving forward. But give yourself some time. You don't have to do it fast. Yes, as soon as you release yourself or surrender yourself to the foam roller, you will find that spot. And you will find that release. And then keep yourself on the side and rolling towards your knee and back towards your glute. And towards your knee and back. Find a spot and release the spot. Okay, let's go to the other side. So you're on your arm, on your forearm, whatever you're comfortable with. The other leg back behind you. And you're finding that gluteal mass. And you're rolling yourself towards the floor and back towards your back. To the floor and back. One more, please. And then bring yourself to the side. It will try to be on my arm. And then just roll sideways. And you can just play with this and see what feels bad. Oh, yeah, I found the spot. So I think that to be sometimes on your arm is also good. Yes, that's the spot. One more time. And then bring this foam roller between your feet, hug. And you foam roller with your feet. And then relax your head over. Keep your spine curled. If you need to relax your knees, you can do that. And then bend your knees and arch. Again, push the foam roll away and curl hard in the foam roll. And arch, curl, and arch, curl. One more time. Try to be even between your arms and your legs. You can shift your weight forward and back, see where you are. And then round your back, pushing away from the foam roller. If it's too much for you, you always can bring your hands to the knees. And then slowly roll up. Take your arms with you. Relax your arms down. And you're still hugging up that foam roller. You feel that nice engagement of the outside and inside muscles around the hips. You feel the back of your legs more open. The chest area is more open. Probably you feel more longer and stronger. And then thank you very much for having this class with me.